Most people believe success begins with motivation. They wait for it, search for it, depend on it. They watch inspirational videos, read powerful quotes, listen to speeches that make them feel unstoppable. And for a moment they are energized, excited, ready to change their lives. But then something happens. The feeling fades, the excitement disappears, and suddenly the goal that seemed so achievable feels distant once again. This is where most people get stuck. Not because they lack potential, not because they lack intelligence, but because they have confused motivation with discipline, and understanding the difference between these two forces may be one of the most important lessons you ever learn. Because motivation can start a journey, but discipline is what finishes it. Imagine a man named James. One morning, James wakes up feeling inspired. He decides he wants to transform his life. He creates a workout plan, buys healthy food, sets ambitious goals, and promises himself that this time will be different. For the first few days, everything goes well. He exercises consistently, eats carefully, works toward his goals. But after a week, something changes. He feels tired. The excitement fades, the workouts become difficult. The progress feels slow, and suddenly, he no longer feels motivated. This is the moment that determines the future. Most people stop. Disciplined people continue, not because they feel inspired, but because they understand something important. Motivation is a feeling, discipline is a decision, and feelings are unreliable. Think about how often your emotions change. Some mornings you feel energetic, other mornings you don't. Some days you're confident, some days you're doubtful, some days you're excited about your goals, other days you'd rather do anything else. If your actions depend entirely on your emotions, your progress will always be inconsistent. You'll move forward when you feel like it, and stop when you don't. The problem is that meaningful success requires consistency, and consistency cannot depend on motivation alone. This is why discipline is so powerful. Discipline allows you to act regardless of how you feel. It allows you to continue when motivation disappears. And motivation always disappears eventually. The ancient Stoic philosophers understood this principle long before modern self-improvement books existed. They believed that a person's character is revealed, not by what they do when conditions are easy, but by what they do when conditions are difficult. Anyone can work hard when they feel inspired. Anyone can remain positive when life is going well. Anyone can pursue goals when progress is exciting. The true test comes when none of those things are present. Can you continue when you're tired? Can you continue when progress is invisible? Can you continue when nobody is watching? That is discipline, and that is where transformation begins. One of the biggest myths in modern culture is the belief that successful people are always motivated. They aren't. Athletes don't wake up excited every morning. Writers don't always feel creative. Entrepreneurs don't always feel inspired. Leaders don't always feel confident. The difference is that they don't allow temporary emotions to determine permanent outcomes. They understand that success is built through repetition, through consistency, through showing up again and again, whether they feel like it or not. Imagine two people planting seeds. The first person waters the seed only when they feel motivated. The second person waters it every day. Who do you think will see growth? The answer is obvious. Yet many people approach their goals exactly like the first person. They work only when inspiration appears. Then they wonder why progress is so slow. Growth responds to consistency, not emotion. There is another reason discipline matters more than motivation. Discipline builds trust, specifically, trust in yourself. Every time you make a promise to yourself and keep it, your self-respect grows stronger. You begin seeing yourself as someone who follows through, someone who can be relied upon, someone who finishes what they start. But every time you make promises and break them, the opposite happens. Trust begins to erode. You stop believing your own commitments, and confidence suffers as a result. Many people think confidence comes before action. In reality, confidence often comes after action. Confidence is earned. You earn it by keeping promises to yourself. You earn it by doing difficult things consistently. You earn it by proving that your words matter. This is why disciplined people often appear confident, not because they're fearless, but because they trust themselves. Another important difference between motivation and discipline is their source. Motivation usually comes from external influences, a video, a speech, a book, a conversation, an inspiring moment. Discipline comes from within. It exists even when external inspiration disappears. This makes discipline far more reliable because external sources are temporary. Life will not always provide inspiration, but your habits can provide structure, and structure creates progress. Think about brushing your teeth. Most people don't wait until they're motivated. They simply do it. It's become a habit, an automatic behavior. The same principle applies to success. The more disciplined actions become habitual, the less energy they require. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop debating whether you should act. You simply act. This is one of the hidden benefits of discipline. It reduces internal conflict. The decision has already been made. You no longer ask, "Do I feel like exercising?" You exercise. You no longer ask, "Do I feel like studying?" You study. You no longer ask, "Do I feel like working on my goals?" You begin. This simplicity creates momentum, and momentum is powerful. Many people underestimate the power of small, disciplined actions. They focus on dramatic transformations, huge breakthroughs, massive changes. But most success stories are built from ordinary actions repeated over time. One workout, one page read, one difficult conversation, 1 hour of focused work. Individually, these actions seem insignificant. Collectively, they change lives. A mountain is climbed one step at a time. A book is written one page at a time. A successful life is built one disciplined decision at a time. The challenge is that discipline rarely feels exciting. Motivation creates emotional highs. Discipline often feels ordinary, repetitive, sometimes even boring, but that is precisely why it works. Because success is rarely glamorous. Most growth happens quietly, behind the scenes, in moments nobody notices. The athlete training before sunrise, the student studying late at night, the entrepreneur solving problems when nobody believes in them. These moments are not dramatic, but they are transformative, and they are powered by discipline, not motivation. Perhaps the most important lesson is this: you do not need to feel ready. You do not need to feel inspired. You do not need to feel confident. You simply need to begin. Action often creates motivation, not the other way around. Many people wait until they feel motivated to act. Disciplined people act, and motivation follows. This single shift changes everything because it frees you from dependence on temporary emotions. It allows progress to continue even when inspiration disappears. And that consistency becomes your advantage. Years from now, the difference between two people may appear enormous. One may be healthy, successful, and fulfilled. The other may still be waiting for the perfect moment. But the gap was not created by talent alone, or luck, or intelligence. It was created by daily decisions, by one person choosing discipline while the other waited for motivation. So the next time you feel unmotivated, remember this. Motivation is a visitor. It comes and goes. Discipline is a companion. It stays. Motivation can start your journey, but discipline will carry you to the finish line. And in the end, that is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Thoughtful Line for more insights into psychology, stoicism, self-mastery, and personal growth. Until next time, stay thoughtful.